Hey, what's up guys? My name's Kyle Warner. Today I'm out here with a Skydio drone, and I'm actually going to show you guys kind of what it does in the trees. I've done a few videos on this already, and most of the videos I've done have been kind of an open foothill riding, mountain biking. So today I came out here to this trail, so super dense forest, and I'm going to do a few different shots for you guys. The first shot I'm going to do is just going to be slowly climbing up this trail. So I'm just going to go through this way, up for a few minutes, kind of see what it kind of does in the trees. Then the second shot, I'm actually gonna descend in the same section, and then the third shot, I'm gonna put it in manual mode and fly through the trees and show you guys kind of exactly what you can do using the controls, but also still relying on some of the collision avoidance. Also for settings, I'm in 4K at 60 FPS, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So while I'm at it, I'm just gonna kind of show you guys what it looks like to use the phone app too. So I have iOS right here. So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and tap Skydio. Once I'm connected, then I can launch it in the air, and then I'll show you kind of what it looks like to choose the subject. So fly now. Sometimes this takes just a second to kind of get it up and running. So now you can see what the drone's seeing. I'm going to hold this to take off. So now, as you can see on the app, it's actually showing me. So I'm gonna go ahead and select myself there. And now it's gonna know to follow me. So I'm gonna take the range and make it as small as possible. So bring the drone in close. I'm gonna have it follow directly from behind and kind of see what this does. All right, let's see what happens. Okay, so I just landed it. That was a short flight through the trees. It's really dense forest in here, so I'm gonna try again going through that same section downhill using a beacon and see if that does any better than the phone. I think it lost me once, just kind of like falling behind a tree and started to hover back there. So yeah, I'm gonna try the beacon and see if that is actually better. I was just kind of experimenting with the phone app. So I'm gonna put this back in the air using the beacon and then try to follow going down that same section. Alright, so this is the beacon, just getting it ready right now. For those of you guys who have not seen how the beacon works, check out this video right here. I kind of showed how it works and what it's like in action in the start of that video, so you can kind of see. But basically I'm just going to try to follow that same section of trail using this guy and see what happens. Alright, so I got it up in the air. I have the beacon right here. We're just going to try to go through that same section again and see what it does. So yeah, let's see what happens. Basically to land it, all you gotta do is hold down this square button. 3, 2, 1. And definitely catch it from the back. I made that mistake a few times. The front, the propellers are quite a bit lower. The back, you have this nice area to grab, so it works really well that way. Like I said, I'm gonna just put it back up in the air in a second, set it up with the phone, and then fly through this corridor, just like I'm controlling it with the joysticks, and kind of show you what that looks like. Think that if you had a friend that wanted to follow you through this and had very minimal drone experience, they could still fly through here and it would do obstacle avoidance, but they could see a few things maybe that the drone isn't picking up, such as these little tiny branches. So we'll see what that looks like, but I'll do a quick fly through just to show you. All right, cool. So as you guys can see, if I hold it like this, I have the joysticks here. I'm just gonna fly through this. It's gonna be hard. I don't know if I can do the GoPro and fly with this, so I'm just gonna put this down for a second and then fly using the joysticks and show you what this would look like. All right, so like I said, this is a major test for this thing. I kind of came up to like one of the most densely forested sections of trail we have around here, and I don't know, it's pretty interesting. So like I think that using this as a traditional drone, following someone through this stuff, the obstacle avoidance works really well, and I think it would be really easy to get some great footage. I think having it on auto follow mode on a bicycle moving at a higher rate of speed, more than like 4 or 5 miles an hour, it seems kind of tough for it to track in here. If it was able to get above the trees and then kind of be following from above and seeing some cool shots of me riding below in the forest floor, that would be really awesome too. These trees are really tall, so I don't see that happening very easily right now. But I think that there is a lot of applications where this could work really well in the woods. With that being said, I'll show you guys the next video that I'll post right after this is going to be what it does well, which is basically at the bottom of this trail when it opens up and you're kind of in the hillside, there's still some trees around and there's good sight lines. This thing will follow you no problem for 10-15 minutes easy. And I think the longest flight I've done is actually about a 24-minute trail. So start to finish, 24 minutes all the way down. So it follows great in that kind of stuff. I think in the forested stuff, it's a little bit much to ask right now, but I would love to come back in spring when there's a lot of leaves and see if it would have a little bit easier time picking up all those branches, because basically what keeps happening is it's flying, it gets close to a really small branch, so basically it'll kind of hover there, try to readjust, go around the bush, but it can't see what it's trying to go around very well because there's not enough contrast. And like I'm talking about, like these little tiny things. So I think this is pretty much like the hardest application you could ask for it to do well in. Like I said though, hold on, because I'm gonna do a quick little clip of me going through the open terrain right after this, and then we can get kind of a general consensus and talk a little bit more about the drone. So the next clip you will see will be me launching this bad boy and then having it follow me for quite a long time down a really cool open trail. So let's do that. think that I almost need to start this video with that first. So we'll see how this kind of edits together. But yeah, I just did a 17.5-minute flight all the way from the top of the mountain, kind of down through this trail. It lost me a few times, then it would just pick up GPS signal again and keep going. That was a full beacon flight, so just full GPS. Man, that was way better than I anticipated. That was awesome. I mean, the original test we did up in the woods, it had a hard time with, like really dense forest, but I think anyone would, even a drone pilot. So I don't know what to say other than that was impressive. The stuff in the woods earlier was impressive as well. I got some good clips, but this drone, for mountain biking at least, going high speed, is for this kind of terrain, like open rolling foothills with some tree coverage where it has to go around and pick you back up and keep following. I think like dense forest stuff, it would work no problem if you're like running or doing something under about 8 miles an hour. It seemed like it had no problem. And then when I was going faster, it seemed like it started to have trouble like anytime I started going over 10 miles an hour, because it's trying to process how to avoid things and keep up with you and not have you get too far away. So I think just after some more time playing with this, I think there's going to be some settings that will kind of shine in those conditions. But man, doing that beacon flight all the way down this trail is so impressive. And I can't believe that this thing's here. It's crazy. I think for someone who wants to do their own footage or just get content on their own, doesn't really have someone who could fly a drone for them, this thing is such an awesome tool. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the footage looks when I get home. So I guess with that being said, that was kind of a little look at how the Skydio handles more treed areas. I know you guys have been asking for that. We did the really dense forest up high, did like slow climb, did some slow descending, and then did just like a push through the corridor using the phone controller. And then we did the full beacon flight here, and yeah, I did 17 minutes of just going for it. It's super fun. This trail's awesome, and I had a great time. So thank you, Skydio, for letting me play around with this. I'm still just kind of learning it. This is my 3rd or 4th flight, and the pushing it through the corridor, that's the first time I've ever really flown a drone. So yeah, I'm learning. It's super intuitive. Definitely have a few things to figure out, but overall it's an awesome product, and yeah, so stoked to use it. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Click subscribe if you could, that'd be awesome. And let me know if you liked it. So thank you guys.